some stories just refuse to go away, no matter how hard people try to bury them. That's exactly what's happening with Meghan Markle and the mystery surrounding Archie's birth. What started as whispers has now erupted into full-blown drama, and honestly, it's becoming way bigger than just royal gossip.
I thought this cannot be real.
The reason I didn't think it was AI is because it looks like the stomach is fake, where the baby, I swear.
Because now, a woman has stepped forward. Not just with rumors, but with a claim she says she was paid to carry Archie and then disappear. Yeah, you heard that right. This isn't just some thirsty celeb chasing a reality show deal or book promo. She says she was promised money, protection, and silence, and for years she held up her end. She played the background, stayed hidden, stuck to the deal, but now she's done being quiet. She's not going on talk shows or trying to land a Netflix special. She's talking because she feels used. And when someone starts mentioning things like lawyers, broken agreements, and confidentiality promises, that's when the media and the public perks up. Here's where it gets even messier. Meghan and Harry? Dead silent. No PR statement. No snappy Instagram clapbacks. Not even a no comment. And when it comes to Meghan, that kind of silence is just off. We know Meghan doesn't let stuff slide. Say something she doesn't like, she's got the lawyers, the interviews, and the perfectly worded rebuttals ready to go. That woman plays the media game like a pro. So when she goes completely quiet about something this explosive, people start to whisper. Is it fear? Is it guilt? Is it true? Because let's get real for a second. This isn't about judging someone for using a surrogate. Most people today, totally fine with that. Celebs use them all the time. It's 2025, not 1955. But paying someone off to disappear and covering it up like it never happened, that crosses into shady territory.
So are you saying that he's 2 weeks older? And so I thought maybe that would allow time to wean the baby away from a birth mother if a surrogate was used. It would make sense, but instead of lying to the world, why not just say, we want a baby, we're having a baby, and we're using a surrogate.
This isn't about privacy, it's about image. For Meghan's image, to be specific, and let's not pretend like she's not hyper aware of it. Her entire public life has been a perfectly curated brand. Every hair flip, every photo op, it's all calculated. Even after she married into the royal family, it felt like she didn't leave Hollywood. She just brought her Hollywood training to the palace. So when this woman stepped forward, claiming to be Archie's real surrogate, a lot of people didn't scoff. They nodded, because suddenly all those things that felt a little off during her pregnancy, they don't look like quirks anymore. They look like clues. The weirdly secretive pregnancy, the way her bump seemed to change size from one appearance to the next, the strange angles in photos, the lack of a classic hospital photo, the overstyled baby bump shoots, all those little red flags that people chalked up to royal rules or even media racism, now they're being re-examined with a whole new lens.
That very much seems that there is a complete unwillingness to make sacrifices for the family, particularly in public or anything else. So I think when you believe you're the main character, you don't need to make sacrifices. Everybody should see how important you are, and they should listen to you, and what you have to say is, you know, be what everybody pays attention to.
And when people look back now, they don't just see a fashion-forward mom-to-be after they see something manufactured. Remember the overproduced pregnancy announcements? The photo shoots that felt more like brand campaigns than family moments? The filtered lighting, the polished poses, the captioned messages that looked like they were written by a PR team, that wasn't sharing joy, it was controlling perception. Then came the big moment, Archie's birth. But where was the fanfare? No traditional hospital steps photo, no glimpse of Meghan holding Archie in a hospital gown like other royal moms before her. Just a glossy photo op days later with a tightly swaddled baby and two parents who looked fresh enough to walk a red carpet. It didn't feel real, it felt scripted. Now, with this woman speaking out, claiming she was the real carrier and got paid to disappear, the puzzle starts clicking into place. And Meghan and Harry, they've hit a crossroads. They can stay silent and hope the storm passes, or step forward and try to clean up the mess. But if they thought this would blow over with time, they've miscalculated badly. Because this woman, she's not hiding in the shadows. She's reportedly spilling dates, details, contracts, and compensation amounts. She's not just making noise, she's backing it up, and that's what makes this whole situation so dangerous for Meghan. This isn't just someone trying to stir up drama. This is someone who was allegedly there, living it, and now says she was tossed aside like a liability once her job was done. She's not delusional. She's naming names, quoting conversations, talking about hush-hush meetings with lawyers, and people are listening. Worse, she's hinting that she might drop proof. texts, recordings, documents, and suddenly Meghan's silence, it starts to look a whole lot more like fear. Because here's the thing, Meghan's always been in control. Her image, her message, her brand, from Hollywood red carpets to royal sit-downs to Spotify and Netflix deals, everything's been tightly managed. That's what's made her such a polarizing figure. So this scandal, it threatens to blow everything up. Because if this woman's story checks out, Meghan didn't just hide the truth. She created a new reality for the public to believe. She performed motherhood. She sold authenticity. And if that was all a lie, the backlash will be brutal. People are already digging up old videos. Meghan squatting oddly in heels while very pregnant. Her bump slipping during appearances. The whole moon bump theory that was once laughed off as conspiracy, it's suddenly not so funny anymore. And now the theory gaining traction isn't that Meghan was trying to stay private, it's that she was trying to control perception. Because in Hollywood, pregnancy can be the death of a public image. Swollen ankles, postpartum changes, being unavailable to the camera. It's all a PR nightmare. Meghan knew that. She lived that world. So if she used a surrogate to maintain the perfect mom look and then erased that woman from the narrative, that's not just deceit. That's strategic manipulation. And none of this has gone to court yet. But in the court of public opinion, Meghan's losing ground fast. And her silence, it's not helping. Meanwhile, people are starting to wonder, where's Harry in all this? The once beloved royal rebel, the husband who walked away from his crown for the woman he loved, the man who was supposed to be fiercely protective of his family. It was candid. Did he know? Was he in on the plan from the start, or is he just as lost as the rest of us? Because if he knew and said nothing, that's complicity. But if he didn't, that's a whole new level of betrayal inside their own marriage. Either way, it's not a good look. And Meghan, people aren't just calling her secretive anymore. They're calling her calculating. Every choreographed interview, every media deal, every staged candid is now under scrutiny. The cracks in her carefully crafted image are showing. Supporters say she's protecting her privacy, but there's a difference between privacy and secrecy. Privacy is saying this is personal. Secrecy is pretending something never happened. And if a surrogate really did carry Archie, many could have understood if she'd just been honest. But hiring someone, paying them off and erasing her from the story, that's not protecting a family, that's protecting a brand. And here's where things turn catastrophic. Meghan isn't just a celebrity, she was a royal. Everything she does affects the crown. If there's any truth to the surrogate story, it could shake the very idea of royal legitimacy. Was the palace involved? Did Meghan and Harry lie to the public and the monarchy? Still, no denial, no lawyer, nothing, just silence, and it's making people suspicious. Everyone's watching now, waiting to see if the woman claiming to be the surrogate reveals herself. If she shows receipts, texts, contracts, calls, it's game over. Meghan and Harry would go from victims to architects of a lie. And Harry, his image as the emotionally honest, loyal husband is crumbling too. If he knew and went along with it, he's not the man he claimed to be. If he didn't know, was he being manipulated? And at the heart of all this is Archie? An innocent child caught in a storm of royal scandal, now seen not just as a prince, but as a controver. Instead of being known as the sweet California-born royal with a rebellious edge, Archie might be remembered as the child at the heart of a royal scandal. And that's not fair to him, not even a little. Meghan and Harry say they moved to America for freedom, honesty, and a fresh start. They built their brand around authenticity, telling their truth, exposing their trauma, controlling their narrative. But now, that truth is being put to the test. Because you can't claim to stand for honesty and run from it when it's inconvenient. If they truly have nothing to hide, now is the time to speak. Show compassion, show clarity, show truth. Because staying silent while the world speculates doesn't protect their family. It only feeds the fire. And let's be honest, people aren't just curious anymore. They're angry. They feel duped. Meghan positioned herself as a truth teller, a victim of the cold royal machine, a brave mom doing things her way. But now, that narrative looks like it may have been crafted, not lived. A Hollywood script, not a reality. Supporters still want to believe in her. They want to believe she's just misunderstood, constantly targeted. The silence makes even loyal fans start to question. Was this all a game? The fairy tale wedding, the dramatic royal exit, the big money deals, the speeches about motherhood and empowerment. Was it real or just one long performance? And what happens if that surrogate woman really does come forward, not with a whisper, but with proof, documents, voice memos, photos? names. What if she tells the world she was promised lifelong care and instead was dropped the moment Archie was born? What if she proves Meghan wasn't just protecting her family, but protecting a lie? The fallout would be brutal. Meghan's carefully curated image, shattered. Harry's credibility, gone. Their future as social justice spokespeople, finished. And the monarchy, already under pressure to modernize, to stay relevant, to appear human and real, would suddenly be dragged into another crisis. Questions about succession, legitimacy, and what really happened behind palace walls would explode. The headlines would write themselves. And through it all, Archie would grow up under a microscope, his name forever tied to a scandal that never had to happen. Meghan and Harry built a platform on truth, but truth doesn't work on your terms. It doesn't wait for you to feel ready. If they truly believe in honesty, it's time to stop hiding and face the music, because in the end, it's not the gossip that destroys you, it's the secrets. And right now, the silence is deafening.